Hey fellow Vault Dwellers, it's Angry Turtle, and today I'm covering a very important topic: unlimited, endless VATS for consoles, where, as we know, spamming coffee or slices of the cake is not an easy task to do, and only quick button that you have is really a stim pack button. So we need to rely on that. It's not really for the new players. It's not achievable, in my opinion, on very early levels. It's probably at the point when you can do raid, you can go for infinite VATS with the console method through legendary card, blood sacrifice. So yes, every one of you that was telling me that you are using it on consoles, it is possible. And I did lots of testing to figure out the details. First, the card we are talking about, the blood sacrifice. I will show you the build as well, but main focus is this card and how we are using it to achieve infinite VATS with the proper build to support it. Using action point in VATS now consumes health instead at 50% more cost. Some cool thing you can do, thanks to that, you can simultaneously use jetpack and VATS, which is not normally possible when your VATS is using action points and jetpack is using action points. This card decouples those two. Before we jump and talk more, let me show you an example how the decoupling works. We'll use a Scourge Beast for this example so we can see very well how the decoupling works. And look at my AP bar that is being consumed when I use jetpack, and my health bar is being consumed when I do use VATS. So two different things, and what that allows me to do. When the Scourge Beast flies around, I can... Flies around, I said. The Scourge Beast ruin it. I said when Scourge Beast flies around. Okay. Let's shoot some more Scourge. Scourge Beast, fly around, please. Okay, now the Scourge Beast flies around. So what can I do is open VATS and chase her. Look at that. I'm flying and I killed her by chasing her with a jetpack in VATS. So that's what you can do. That's the decoupling of action points and VATS. You can tell when I open VATS, you see, my action points are still regenerating, as that's decoupled. The health is being used for the purpose of combat. So that's out of the way. Let's cover more important info that I found out, and you really need to know if you plan to use it, to don't be very disappointed. So you will be very disappointed if you try to do it straight away without knowing how it works. At least that's what happened to me. First time I tried to use it, I was thinking that blood sacrifice is useless. I changed my mind. I acknowledge my error. It's not useless. So this is the special I'm currently running. I will not discuss everything in this build, but it's power armor and non-power armor build, focusing on high VATS damage, especially for the raid. I did entire raid. Super smooth experience in the raid. I can kill Guardian too. If you want to see at the end, I will kill the Guardian so you see how smooth the experience is. Even though I don't have Senta Masochist, it doesn't matter. The Guardian dies in no time. So that's what we are running. But what's important? Important is to have relatively high endurance as we are pushing our health up, as our health is used for VATS. Second, we are pushing our stim packs, as stim packs is our replacement for coffee. So we are not spamming coffee, we're not even spamming stim packs. We're using 1 or 2 stim packs, that's it. So I would not say spamming, just as occasional stim pack usage for infinite VATS. Then Born Survival, so we don't actually need to press a button for the stim pack to be applied. For most time, as you were able to see here, I didn't press a stim pack button once yet. So there was not a stim pack use, manual stim pack use at all. It will happen. Sometimes, if you know that you will be in extended VATS and taking heavy damage simultaneously, especially without power armor, then you will probably need to use manually 1, maybe 2 stim packs. The armor is the second part, and I have regular armor and power armor. Power armor is better, but not everyone likes it, so I just want to tell you both works. If you run power armor, or if you don't run power armor. So I do have power armor. Let's start from regular that I'm wearing. One piece of auto stim. So that's additional automatically used stim pack every 60 seconds. You cannot stack it. I don't know what happened. In the past, it was possible to stack auto stim prefix. Now it doesn't work. If you add more, nothing changes. Still only singular stim pack will be used. So nothing changes if you add more. Only one then. Very important, boost to the health on 2nd star endurance. And then 3 star, I'm trying healthy. Although I will tell you straight away, doctors is a little bit better. So you don't need to unlock healthy. I have doctors on power armor. Doctors, a little bit better than healthy. But healthy is such a nice new effect. I wanted to show it off, even though it's not me who grinded for that. It was donated to me so I could test it. So I tested that. Limit breaking, very handy if you want more criticals. It's not essential. I'm not running limit breaking on power armor and it still works. So limit breaking is not essential. I have jetpack on the torso here. Other pieces, the important part is boosting your health, so mainly endurance. Pushing your endurance high as possible. As much as you can squeeze. So my total health at this moment... Oh, one buff just expired, so now 700. 780 with food. And if you use Psycho buff, it will go even higher. More health you have, more healing stim pack provides. A stim pack is percentage base, so you want to push your health as much as possible. I would say around 700 is minimum to have a good experience. So you can run it without temporary buffs. 700 is enough. With doctors, probably 600 would be fine. Power armor. So what do we have on power armor? Come on, power armor, get out from my stash. What do we have on power armor? Similar story, but here we can use medic pump in addition to everything we already have. There is one downside to the medic pump. It only triggers when you are being hit. So it will not trigger. Like medic pump will not use a single stim pack just because you are losing health from running VATS. You need to get hit by enemy for medic pump to trigger. The plus side of medic pump, the cooldown is only 5 seconds. So very brief. And doctors, why I'm saying that doctors is better than more health on 3 star. And doctors is rather widely available and cheap. I don't think anyone is charging a lot for doctors 3 star in camps, so you should be able to get it easily. Why doctors is better? It's multiplicative with a stim pack boosting perk. So if you scroll down here, there it is, first aid, 55% stim pack healing. That's multiplicative with doctors. So with full set of doctors, we are close to doubling the effectiveness of stim packs, which is huge. And other pieces, all the same, like this set is the same. Outside of auto stim on torso and medic pump, other pieces are all troubleshooters in case I need to fight the Guardian. The prefix is not as important really, so I will not discuss that. It's not the topic of this video. For the helmet, I have VATS matrix overlay, so better for VATS. That's the best helmet, of course, if you are running VATS. What else you need to know? If you go to settings, there are 2 options there. Game, and you scroll for stim packs. Quick heal stim pack priority. Unfortunately, it only applies to manually use stim packs. Therefore, I recommend use weakest first. So you can manually spam with your quick heal button all the weak stim packs that are in your inventory. So then your Born Survival and other auto stim effects will use better stim packs. If you scroll, all those effects, Born Survival, Medic Pump, auto stim, they prefer to use regular stim packs first, no matter what. So if you use all your regular stim packs with quick heal button, then those auto stim effects will start using super stims, and that's a huge difference. The super stims works way better, but will only be used after you don't have any regular, or you can store them. The point is, those regular stim packs keep appearing in your inventory when you do any type of events or raid or anything. They will just be added directly to your inventory. So you either use them or keep storing them if you want super stim packs to be auto-used. Now, as promised, let's see the performance if we go to the Guardian. Do you want to see performance in regular armor or power armor? I think power armor makes more sense. Yeah, I think power armor makes more sense. So I'll be running power armor, therefore I don't have limit breaking. I do have a little bit more damage with regular armor as there is limit breaking. So I'm not even sure if I should use power armor, but power armor has medic pump, so that's the only way you will see the medic pump. If you don't mind me making this video a little bit longer, I could do both. So I could do medic pump and regular armor. And I could use here psycho buff or some food buff to boost my health. As it's relatively low, 534 as my food stuff expired. But I just want to show it will work even in suboptimal scenarios. I'm at about the lowest that I would even consider playing with the Born Sacrifice, of course. Otherwise, it's just perfectly fine amount of health if you don't use Born Sacrifice. But I will not change anything here. I will go without temporary boosters for the first approach. I will apply them for the regular armor, but for the first power armor, let's go as is, and you'll see how it performs the action on the Guardian. If you are new to the Guardian farming, the bullet shield and ricochet, that's what's taking the shield of the Guardian, combined with limb damage. So the limb damage effect comes from one gun army. And as you can see, I'm quite easy taking it down. I didn't press any manual stim packs. And look at my count. So the stim packs, I only keep supers, so therefore my healing is great. And now I open VATS. I start firing at it. The medic pump is not triggering, unfortunately, so look at that. I ran out because medic pump will not trigger when I'm not being hit. Now when I'm being hit, it is triggering, and that's an easy kill. I once quit the VATS, and only really because I wanted to show you that medic pump will not work. I could manually pop one stim pack before the fight, and it will be continuous fight without quitting the VATS. Now let's go without power armor. So we reset the Guardian, we just leave this quest. So this time, no power armor, and we do pop a regular psycho buff. And I did pop a hot dog, so my health is close to 900 now. And I do unfortunately have some regular stim packs, so the option is now I either drop them or I will be using them. So I drop them. So I want you to see the performance of super stim packs, not regular. Now, I am using manually the stim packs, as I do want to keep my Born Survival and Auto Stim effect ready when I will be entering VATS. So I don't want it to pop here, as then it will be on cooldown. We don't want it to be on cooldown. So I manually pop stim packs. You can see it's for non-power armor. Tanking is going relatively good. And now one stim pack and enter VATS. We're targeting the torso. The damage looks awesome, and that's the power of one super stim, basically sustaining our VATS. If this combat extends itself, we'll kick the Born Survival. There it is, Born Survival. If the combat will be sustained even more, the auto stim would trigger. Now auto stim triggered, but the combat is over. So that's how you achieve infinite VATS inside power armor, outside of power armor. All works, and the amount of stim packs that is dropping here, way more than I'm using. Like what I'm using. 4 or 5 super stim packs, not even 4 I think. 4 super stim packs, maybe 5 is needed. And I'm getting 9 and 17 regular. I could use regular, I would just need to press them a little bit more often. So stim pack positive for most part, especially in power armor. And that's infinite VATS, with ability to use jetpack simultaneously when in VATS, which does require remapping of your buttons. You cannot have critical button and jump on the same button, or it will not let you use jetpack in VATS. But it is possible with with Blood Sacrifice. I keep mixing the names of 2 cards for some reason. Born Survival uses stim pack for you. Blood Sacrifice switches the VATS from action points to health. And last bit of info. In case you are low on Stimpaks and you don't want to switch this legendary perk card because switching cost, you can always run something that's vampire and AP cost under 10. So AP cost 9 is fine, it must be vampire, and then it basically self-sustains itself. The vampire effect is healing enough, so the cost is being compensated and you can run it. So that's in case you'll be low on Stimpaks. I don't like this method because then I cannot use Furious, and Furious increases damage, so I'm trading damage for sustained VATS. I want more damage, but that's my personal choice. Most of the time, you probably don't even need more damage. And that is everything I have for you in this video. Let me know if that was in any way, shape helpful for you. That's a knowledge that you needed about Fallout. Maybe you didn't need it, who knows? And if you do have still any questions, you do not know something about it, I will try to help out in comment section. And now, thank you a lot for watching, and see you all in the next one.